Released by the Philadelphia Eagles. And Big Shot Rob, you've been a pretty big advocate about signing him for your New York Jets. So I want you to convince me why the Jets should sign him.
My number one reason, Joe, he is fast and he could catch a football. That's my number one reason, Joe. The Jets really don't have that with Eric Decker. They've never had a number one wide receiver really the last couple of years. Antonio is not number one wide receiver. Now let him go for nothing. For Deshaun Jackson would be a great pickup for this Jets team, especially Geno Smith, because you know what, the Jets have not the past couple years, and just having him as a number one target would be awesome. Joe, we've seen him on punt returns, kick returns. This guy is fast, and nobody can stop him. The only thing that worries me is, as we always say, attitude. And one thing I hope, if the Jets do get him, he doesn't live up to that attitude of the original number 10, Santonio Holmes.
Here's the thing. It's been one of my critiques of the Jets for a while. On offense, they just lack a lot of weapons. And I've always liked Deshaun Jackson, but Chip Kelly being so willing to part with him and releasing him, that tells me a lot, and that's what I really worry about. You saw the bad attitude Santonio Holmes came in with. It kind of screwed with the team chemistry, and I just worry about with Deshaun Jackson. I don't question his ability one bit. He's dynamic. You can't teach speed. This guy's got ridiculous speed, but I think if you're the Jets, to pair another guy up with Decker, you kind of have to because you have no one after Decker. But I don't know. It's a tough situation because it does scare me a lot, but it really is tough. But I think Rex Ryan, we've seen how he can get guys to buy into his system. So I don't know what's going to happen there. But I see your point, Big Shot Rob, but I think it's a tough situation right there. The last couple NFL things I want to get into, one of them is staying with your Jets. Mike Vick is agreeing to change his number out of respect for Geno Smith, and a lot of people are saying how it's an open competition. Michael Vick was told to come in and compete for the starting job, and while I think that's what all quarterbacks hear, do you think that, would you be comfortable with Michael Vick taking the starting job over Geno Smith? I would.
I'm not. No, I would not approve of that. I'm sorry, Michael Vick has come to an end his career, really. He's too injury prone for me, and that's one reason. That's the number one reason why I can never see him as a starter. That was pure respect by him giving up his number to Geno, and it just shows right there, Geno, you're the starting quarterback, and I'm going to teach you whatever I can to help guide you.
It's his job, and the thing I didn't like about Vic was he's a transition quarterback. I hate transition quarterbacks, the guy who just delays the inevitable. If you don't have a quarterback, you don't have a quarterback. You just got to be bad and hope the draft you find one. But Michael Vick, I think it'll be good. I think him and Geno will get along. This is clearly a good start. I like Geno. I think it would be a bad move because you see what happens. You saw it with Mark Sanchez when you bring it. Sometimes you screw up with that guy's chemistry. I think Geno has shown progress. I think this season's going to tell a lot about what his future holds. So I'll definitely be interested in that. But staying with quarterbacks, Johny Manziel has been the big talk after yesterday. His pro day, a lot of people were very impressed. He put on the pads, he put on a show, he made all the throws. And the big thing is, I can't remember a guy who, the jury is so all over the place. You've got people who love Johny Manziel, people who don't think he should be picked in the first 3 rounds. I mean, it's unbelievable. I think if you're a team like Houston, you have to take him. Like we say it all the time on the show. Sometimes, even if the guy doesn't pan out, you just have to keep drafting quarterbacks until you find that guy because you're no good in the NFL until you have a quarterback. So I think Houston has to take Johny Manziel here. I don't know. I think he's the ultimate risk, ultimate reward type of guy. He's got the talent, but there's the size and other things very much are valid concerns. I don't know. It's really tough to evaluate Johny Manziel, but if I was the Houston Texans number 1, I got to take him. I think you have to do it.
Yesterday, his pro day, Joe, that wasn't just him going out for that pro day. That was a message to Bortles and Bridgewater that I'm claiming that number 1 pick. I'm sorry. A lot of people are hating on Johny Manziel. Yes, you know what? He does have that arrogance and that attitude issue. But you know what? Nobody can take away what he's done in football. And I think Johny Manziel will be a perfect fit for this Houston Texans team. And you know what? He's a guy going to overlook. And if they pass him up, I hope he really beats these teams when he plays them come the NFL. I hope people pass him up. I really do, because I hope he shows them up when they plays against them.
And one of the things I was really looking for was, can this guy be a leader? Are you going to buy into this guy? Are you going to lay it all on the line for your guy? And I think players will, because I listened to him talk yesterday. He was talking with Bill Polian and some other people, and he's a smart guy. He's a very smart guy, and you need that being the quarterback. But I do think so. I mean, like we say it all the time, you got to just draft the quarterbacks. I think Johny Manziels has just got too much promise to just to be afraid to take him with one of those first picks. If you need a quarterback, Houston, take him. But that's our thoughts on Johny Manziels. Been a phenomenal show. So much great NCAA basketball this weekend. Enjoy those games. Good luck with all your fantasy drafts. That's going to do for the Sports Vault. Thank you for tuning in. We'll be here the same time next week. Thanks for tuning in.